Hello all, this is Al Finch along with my assistant Hand. We are going to be doing a playthrough today. We're facing off using a commander deck against the Face the Hydra deck that was made available during the Theros pre-release back in 2013. The way that worked is you could take a limited or sealed deck along with anybody else that happened to have another limited or sealed deck and team up against this monster that was represented by a kind of self-playing deck. The Hydra deck is one that has a specific set of rules. The deck is comprised mainly of Hydra head cards, which are creature cards, and sorceries that have special effects that can enhance what the heads do. When the game starts out, you can determine how difficult things are going to be by the number of heads that you have on the battlefield initially. For our game, we'll be playing in the normal mode using 3 regular Hydra heads. These are the weakest heads in the deck. They only have 3 toughness, and you may notice that they have 0 attack power. That is okay because according to the rules of the deck, they can do damage directly to us. It doesn't matter what their power is. There are rewards for eliminating the heads. I don't want to reveal too much, but with the basic heads, if we can get them off the battlefield, each player ends up gaining 2 life. We're going to be playing a kind of weird version of Two-Headed Giant against the Hydra. We'll have a total of 40 life between us, 20 on each side of the board. I'm going to be at the top here, and at the bottom, Hand will be playing. Might as well, I guess, explain how we're going to interact with this deck. So we can battle these heads directly, all right? We get them on the battlefield, and we take the first turn. We won't draw. Then the Hydra gets to take a turn. On its turn, the Hydra will draw a single card and play it. If it's a head, it'll go on the board. If it's not a head, it'll be a sorcery, and we just do what the sorcery says. There is an example here. It says, distract the Hydra. Each player may sacrifice a creature. Each player who sacrificed a creature this way chooses a head and taps it. And each player who didn't sacrifice a creature loses 3 life. So we'll have decisions to make based on what these sorceries might be. In any case, at the end of the Hydra's turn, once it's played its single card, then you'll look at the heads you have on the field. You'll tap each head. Each regular head, like the ones we have here, will do a single point of damage to each player. So on the board here, we essentially have 6 damage showing, 3 to each player. If you have a elite head, and there are different types of elite heads that are in here. Let's see if I can dig one out real quick. Never an elite head when you need one. Here we are. It's the Ravenous Brute head. That elite creature head, when it taps, will end up dealing 2 points of damage to each player. So it represents 4 damage total in our game today every turn. So once the Hydra's turn is done, then we'll resume our actions. We can attack the heads directly, or we can deal damage or destroy them with spells. There is no life total in the Hydra deck, so we are playing a little bit differently. Anything that would impact life total ends up being applied as damage to the heads instead. So say we played a card that said targets the Hydra deck, or target opponent loses 2 life, we would be able to do 2 damage to a Hydra head as a substitute for that. We want to get all of the heads off the battlefield. If we damage a head, we get the reward, and then it goes into the graveyard. Even if we exiled it, it automatically goes to the graveyard. And then we have to draw 2 or reveal 2 cards from the top. If we reveal a sorcery, it just goes into the graveyard. If it ends up revealing another head, it goes onto the battlefield. So there is a chance that when you destroy a Hydra head, it regrows, and you could get up to 2 heads replacing that single one. So it can be very swingy sometimes. If you destroyed all 3 heads, you might get 6 heads back in return. That would be a really bad draw, and I haven't seen that happen, but you never know. All right, so that is the basic rules for the deck. If the Hydra head deck has to make any decisions, we make our decisions for it. And I think that's pretty much the end of the special rules. Normally you'd play with this little playmat here, but because we're playing with 2 people, we're going to remove this and go with the tried and true Vampire Pug as our background instead. We're going to go ahead and draw our cards. By the way, there are hero cards that we can begin the game with on the field. We've chosen each our own hero. Hand has the Harvester, which you can tap to draw a card and then discard a card. That's reusable every turn. So that will start on the battlefield on hand side. I've chosen the Avenger. This is a hero card that says spend 3, tap it, target creature you control gains death touch till end of turn. So even my little creatures I might be able to use to take out those big Hydra heads. The commanders, by the way, are going to be drawn straight from the Party Time deck. Hand is going to be using the face commander from that deck. It's Nalia de Arnis. And this creature says you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, and Wizard spells from the top of your library. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and those creatures gain death touch till end of turn. So the Harvester becomes doubly useful here. If we have Hand's Commander out, they'll be able to see the top card of the deck. And if it turns out that it's not a creature, then they can draw it, all right? And then maybe we'll get lucky and there'll actually be a wizard, rogue, warrior, or cleric on there that they can cast. So it's a little bit of a trick, all right, using that. Pairs up nicely with the commander once it's out. My commander is a little less combo-tastic. It's Burrowcoast, the party leader. Burrowcoast party leader counts as cleric, rogue, wizard, and warrior. Whenever it attacks, defending player loses X life and create X treasure tokens, where X is the number of creatures in your party. We're house ruling this one a little bit. We're going to say that when it attacks the Hydra, it loses X life. So it'll be dealing damage to a Hydra head with this effect instead.
Hi, Hand here. I just want to correct something. It says spells, not cleric, rogue, warg, and wizard. Not them, the spells.
Yeah, this is a spell, okay, when you cast it. Then Folk Hero is the background. As it turns out, my legendary creature, when you choose it as a commander, it lets you choose a background to pair up with it. And so Folk Hero is the background. It says commander creatures you own have, whenever you cast a spell that shares a creature type with this creature, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Every creature in this deck shares a creature type with my commander. So yeah, we'll be using that. All right. Oh, one last note. You may notice a handful of cards are different than what's in the boxed Party Time deck. We took out some that don't interact well with the Hydra deck just because of the weird rules that it has about players and stuff like that. You may notice some unusual cards that aren't in the standard party time deck. I think we made like 6 or 7 substitutions just to make the gameplay more interesting and have fewer dead draws. All right, now that we've kind of explained what we're doing here, we'll get things set up for our actual game, get our initial hands drawn, and get playing. All right, now we are back with our initial hands drawn. We are not drawing any more cards because we're going first. We'll play out our initial spells and lands, and then it will be the Hydra's turn. All right, what are you playing over there, hand?
Artifact equipment. Equipment creature has lifelink if you control a cleric, Death Puffet if you control a rogue, and haste if you control a warrior. Flying, wizard. As long as you have full party, you prevent all damage that would be dealt to equipped creature.
And it has an equip cost of 2. Cost you 1 to put out, and it's called a multi-class Baldur. I'm playing out a swamp, tapping it, and putting out a creature called a Blood-Soaked Champion. It's a 2/1 that can't block. Doesn't matter since these things will hit us directly anyway. It has Raid. If it's in the graveyard, I can spend 1 black, 1 colorless, and return it to the battlefield, but I can only do that if I attack this turn. Fun fact, since we're playing a weird version of Two-Headed Giant, we're sharing decks, or a deck rather, and we're sharing a graveyard, and potentially hand could cast this out of the graveyard, or I could cast this out of the graveyard as long as we met the Raid requirement. All right, that, unfortunately, is all we get to do, all right? We don't have anything else. We don't untap yet. Remember, we've got to deal with the Hydra.
Oh yeah, you said 3 turns before.
No, that's in the old Horde. The Hydra is a little different. Now, the Hydra gets 1 card off the top. If it's a head, it puts it out. If it's a sorcery, it casts it. What's it say? Do you want me to read it?
Tap 2 heads if they don't untap during a Hydra's next untap step. Torn between heads, deal 5 damage to each player.
Oof. So we're going to take a whopping 10 points of damage each. See, pretty rough, right?
Shouldn't we tap this?
Not yet. This is the sorcery resolving first. Your life goes down to 10. Mine goes down to 10 as well. This could be a short game unless we can start eliminating heads soon. Check this out. When the heads die, each player gains 2 life. So that'll be useful.
And next turn, I have a great play. This, whenever destroyed a High Priest, a penalty cleric, deal damage to a destroyed target non-land permanent.
Yep, we'll have to figure out a way for that creature to be taken off the board, since these don't usually attack creatures. We'll figure it out. Anyway, those 2 heads at least won't do any damage to us this turn, and they won't next turn. They don't untap on its next untap step. I'll keep this out as a reminder. This one will, though. It's going to tap, and it's going to do another damage to each of us. So we're down to 9 each already. Go ahead and mark your marker down to 9. Oof, that's a rough start. Let's see if we can come back from it. All right, now we do get to untap and draw.
I just got a legendary creature, Corn the Cleric. Death Touch. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Whenever another creature you control dies, the opponent loses 1 life.
Well,
that means just getting rid of that.
Just getting rid of the heads. That'll be useful. He costs only 2, doesn't he? 1 black and 1 white. Do you want to put that creature out? All right, and
he's a cleric.
And he has Death Touch, so on the next turn, we can't equip it. We don't have enough mana. Tap your land to show that you've used them up. That way you'll remember. I'm going to try and get us a little bit of life back to hopefully buffer our next turn. I'm going to put out a Plains, tap a Swamp and a Plains, and cast Malakir Blood
Oh yeah,
Priest.
we're allowed to see this.
Not yet. You don't have your commander. Flip it
Oh,
back over. All right. Malakir Blood Priest enters the battlefield. Each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures in my party. Parties are clerics, warriors, rogues, wizards, and warriors. I have 2 in my party. So we're going to do 2 damage to one of the heads. Doesn't kill it, but it goes down 2 at least. And then we get, or at least I'll get 2. So I'm back up to 11. Actually, no, back up to, was I at 9? Yes, I'm at to 11. And I do have a creature that is ready to attack. It's a 2/1. I'm doing another 2 points of damage to that head. Actually, let's put it on this one. This is the one that untaps, right? So 2 damage from the Malakir Blood Priest and 2 from this. Do we eliminate it? We do. And how much do we get when it hits the graveyard? What's it say? Can we read it?
2 life each.
Yep, so there are rewards for taking out the Hydra
11.
heads. I'm going up to 13, and you're at 11. All right, pretty good turn, right? We've got a creature that'll be able to gain us more life as the game wears on, and anytime that hits a Hydra head, it'll kill it. You've got a great creature. And hopefully we'll be able to survive this next turn, right? All right, so now it's the Hydra's turn. We're going to get rid of this just as the reminder that these don't untap, but it still gets to play a card. Oh, and you know what? We need to reveal 2 cards to see if the heads grow back. So let's do that first. Show it.
Choose one noxious head, right there.
Put it down here. They got to see it.
I can't read it, that's the problem.
We don't need to read it because it's a sorcery. It doesn't replace the head. It just goes straight to the graveyard. Do the next one. Remember, this is the replacement.
Sorcery.
Excellent. That means we're down to 2 heads, and these don't untap. Now, we'll play the next card. Go ahead, hand, and flip it over. It is just a head. All right. We killed one, it got one back, but we'll deal with it.
Yeah, but at least we didn't have to deal with 2 sorceries.
Right? Let's tap this because it's going to do 1 damage to each of us again. I'm down to 12.
I'm 10.
You're at 10. But now it's our turn.
Untap, untap. Da-da.
Draw a card, dude.
Da-da.
All right. Oh, I got a dead draw. I got a card that's not going to be useful. Okay. I am going to lay a swamp, and I'm going to place out another creature. This time it's a mirror
What should we
entity.
do about that?
All right.
Don't think they can see it.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Now, what are you going to play? You've got 3 mana now. All right, we're bringing out your commander. Go ahead and, yep, tap the mana. You're not taking any damage, right? You're just going to take 1 black, 1 white, and 1 colorless, right? Oh, actually, that one works better than what I was thinking. It's not a pain land.
It can have either of these 3.
As long as you got a swamp, right?
Yeah.
Which you do. Now, because your commander's out, you can now look at
and this one could also substitute for that, but it wouldn't work. Because these 2 are needed.
Yep.
But we could also just substitute that for that.
True,
or
true.
that for that. Because this also can count as both of them.
Yep. So, now that it's in play, we can see the top of the library. You just leave it face up. It looks like you've got a corpse augur, a zombie wizard. So that's what we'll end up drawing first on the next turn. And then, oh, so this says whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. What are you up to?
11, 12.
All right.
11 and 12. You're
Yep.
12, I'm 11.
Okay, now you have a creature, and I have a couple of creatures that can attack. Yours has Death Touch, so any head that it hits, it will kill. So let's use that to attack one of the heads. How much life is that when that dies? Let's set it off to the side here for a moment.
2 life.
We got to track how many heads we kill because we're going to have to replace them maybe. So we each get 2 life. Nope, 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 nope. Just the one we killed this turn. All right. So I'm up to 14.
I'm up to 13.
Very good. And it says whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life. That didn't apply here, right? And let's see, my turn, I will also attack. I can do a total of 4, so we can kill another one. So that's another 2 life for each of us. I'm back up to 16.
I'm at 15.
All right, we're building back up. See, the Hydra starts strong, but if you can, well, get going pretty quick, you can come back quick too. Now we've killed 2 heads, so how many cards do we need to reveal?
2.
2 for each one, right? So first one, that's a sorcery, and put them out here so people can see. Sorcery. All right, that's good.
That's the way I didn't put them. Sorceries. If they're sorceries, I just put them back there.
All right, now the second head that we killed. 2 more cards. Another sorcery.
Another sorcery.
All right, so that's done. This might be a really quick game if we can get rid of that head and it doesn't grow any back. All right, that's our turn.
That means it's going to be dead.
I hope so. It's its turn, so it draws a card and plays it. Regardless, it plays it. Tap up to 2 heads. They don't untap during the Hydra's next untap step. This is untap like this. Torn between heads deals 5 damage to each player. So we're each taking 5.
I'll just go back down to 10.
I'm at 11. I think I misread that earlier, but in any case, there you go. That one won't untap. That's good. It's our turn. Untap. We'll draw.
Land.
Let's draw. Draw.
Which one would
I don't
be better
care.
for us? When cards is draw 1, when cards you lose 1 life, whereas 1 is the number of creatures and the cards in the player's graveyard. I don't think I'm gonna.
It's not good for either of us, so we just need to take it. So if you don't want it, I'll take it.
Good, I go land.
All right, and there's a land coming up.
So you get that land.
Well, now, not necessarily. You have the Harvester. If you really don't like something in your hand, you could discard it, draw that, and you might be able to cast something from the top of the deck instead. It's up to you. It's a strategy. Do you have anything else that you'd rather cast in your hand this turn?
I can.
You're going to cast that. So, when this one comes...
Wait, I forgot. I have 2 other creatures.
Yep. Why it's a good idea to put them into your hand. While you're considering your cards, I'm going to look and play my Snowfield Sinkhole, which is a land that comes into play tapped. I do not have any other cards that I can play.
When down pens, dealt damage.
Yep.
Dealt, not taped. Dealt. That means he could kill it, but touching it.
Death Touch, yes. Death Touch is
He
good.
just has Death Touch.
Death Touch is good. Now, I think it's worth just attacking and seeing if we get rid of the head, and we might just win straight up. This could be a very short game.
I'm actually going to do this.
All right.
Because as soon as the next turn happens, I'm going to be able to...
Well, it has to be damaged. So, you...
No, look. Hyper's Apprentice dealt damage.
Dealt damage means it takes damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, actually, I want to play this.
Okay.
Morph.
Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, draw a card. That might be useful. It's a 3/2. We should probably attack this remaining Hydra head and get rid of it. Hopefully, nothing will grow back. So, do you want to do the honors and just attack with your 2/2 Death Touch? All right, that kills it. We each get 2 life, right? You also get a life for casting a creature. I'm up at 13, and you're back at 13. We see if the head is replaced. So put out 2.
Nope.
All right, do the next one. We may have won the game already.
Nope.
All right, that's it. So the Hydra deck sometimes is unpredictable, right?
And this one was super easy.
Yep. So there you go, folks. This was our demonstration of how to play against the Hydra deck.
Here's my hand.
Yep. We had a lot going on and a lot on the board.
Here is what I could have played. Half and tapped. Yeah. And this.
Yep. We had a lot of cards that we didn't get to see, but that was fun. Let's go ahead and hit stop on the video. Hope you all enjoyed our demonstration.
Gets the zoomies.